Hello students, I am back Ms. Karishma Singh Rajput, and today we will learn about the behavior therapy. And this is one of the therapy which is used for the formulating or modulation of a patient behavior, which is related to causing some anxiety or some irresponsibility among the patient, or big conflict among the patient relatives or friend circle. Okay, let's see the what exactly its definitions say about. So it is a systematic application of the scientific principles of learning and a form of a psychotherapy aims at changing maladaptive behavior of substituting with the adaptive behavior. So what exactly in behavior therapy we used to do? We used to change patients or client maladaptive behavior. Maladaptive behavior means any behavior, any sort of behavior which is not relevant or which is not good for the patient or the patient surrounding environment, by making it into the adaptive, substituting with the behavior form for the adaptive environment. Okay, let's check the what's purposes behind while giving this behavioral therapy. So behavior is the things which result in our practice or experience. Okay, whatever my behavior is there, it is exactly about the cause is there, that what I practice or what my personal experience is there. Second point says it's there is a what we used to do. We make the correction on the abnormal behaviors which is contributing to the illness of the client. Third thing is that it helps in the for refracting the other forms of therapies and the conditions which can be helpful for the client's improvement in his or her behavior. So behavior is a short of duration and it is a cost effective too, because in the other therapies when you go further it may cost some certain amounts of some monies which is in the larger than the behavioral therapy. Okay, let's see the general principle behind the behavior therapy. What the principle is behind the general principle behind the behavioral therapy is that it's first thing is that it says by learning by doing. Whatever you have learned in your school days or in your family, now you are changing it and you're learning it and you're applying it. So what first one says that it's a general reliance principle of learning, which is said. It says simply that your behavior may be changed by learning by doing. When you doing means that time you're acting as a good behavior, performing the good behavior, or learning by trial and error. If you're performing good behavior, that time if there is an error, you are again trying for it. Learning by conditioning. So conditioning means what exactly it does? It makes the conditions, improving the client's behavior according to the situation is there. Okay, next second point says close observation of the behavior. We used to observe the individual behavior, why that person show certain sorts of behavior in a particular condition. Okay, then concentration on the symptoms or as they target for the therapy. We are giving a behavioral therapy. What are the symptoms which makes the patient to go through a behavioral therapy? Other thing is that a commitment to a objective evaluation of efficacy. Okay, so this was the general indication. Let's check the indications. Okay, oh sorry, last one was your principles. Let's check the indications behind your behavioral therapy. Here you can see about the anxiety disorders, which includes a certain from your panic, phobia, obsessive compulsive disorder, PTSD, and neurotic depressions. Whereas in other are mood disorders, schizophrenia, somatoform disorders, eating disorders too. Let's check other are psychosexual disorders, which includes paraphilia, gender identity disorder, homosexuality. Okay, then substance abuse is also comes can be good improved by the behavioral therapy, which includes your alcohol dependence. Then dissociative disorders, psychosomatic disorders, headaches, hypertension, chronic pain, asthma, insomnia, and gastrointestinal disorders. Okay, childhood disorders, which include anorexia, conduct disorder, autism, and habit disorder, mental retardation, or geropsychiatric disorder includes dementia, Okay, personality character disorder, criminality, sexual deviation. Okay, so this was about the indication. Now before moving to the technique used in the behavioral therapy, because it is vast, what behavioral therapies techniques are there, how many techniques are there, and what we will do at exactly on the therapeutic procedure. Before we will proceed further, let's revise that, check out the fun, starting from the what exactly a behavioral is. Behavioral therapy is that where you used to change the maladaptive behavior into a substituting adaptive behavior, and we have checked out the purposes behind the your maladaptive behavior to improve that behavioral therapy. Okay. I'm sorry. Then we go for in the purpose we have founded that it is a practice to or experience behavior changing the permanent changes in the individual's behavior. Then correction of abnormal behavior. Behavior therapy is not a short duration, it is also this is a it's a short duration therapeutic and which is a cost effective tool. Okay, we have seen the general principle behind the your therapeutic behavioral therapy modules. Then we have seen the indications too, which includes from anxiety disorders to mood disorders, schizophrenia, eating disorder, then your psychosexual disorder, then your substance abuse cases. Also it includes the dissociative disorders, which includes hypertension, chronic pain, asthma, and insomnia too. Then we have seen that it can be given to the childhood disorder, which includes the neurosis, conduct disorder, neuropsychiatric disorders, and personality and character disorders, which includes criminality and sexual disorder. Okay, now we will move towards the techniques used in a behavioral therapy. So moving further, let's check the technique used in your behavioral therapy. Okay, so first one is your systematic desensitization, and it is basically based on the reciprocal inhibition principle. What we will do in the reciprocal inhibition method. So before moving that, let's check the indication for the systematic desensitization. It includes phobia, obsessive compulsive disorder, anxiety, neurotic patients. So it includes some stages where there. First one is training the patient to release what the it's abnormal behavior. Constructing the patient hierarchy of an anxiety arousing situation. So for example, we will ask the patient to list out all the conditions which provokes the equity. Equity means the abnormal behavior. We will find out what are the other conditions which will provoke the patient's equity. Then he is asked list them the descending order for anxiety provocations. Okay, thus the hierarchy of the anxiety producing the stimuli is produced, which were the first is the most anxiety causing factor, then least. So by this you will produce a hierarchy, and the patient is advised to give a signal wherever the anxiety is produced. With each signal he asks to relax. After a few trials, the patient will be controlled to able to control his anxiety, and thus gradually the hierarchy will climb till the maximum anxiety, and provoking stimulations can be faced in the absence of an anxiety. Okay, are you clear with this? What we will do? We will ask the patient to make a hierarchy on the arising situations which causes the patient anxiety, and make him to list out the things which causes the anxiety to him. Okay, and arrange it in the descending order. Once it is arranged, we will ask him or her to make it clear that this are most affecting things will be least. Patient is advised to give the signal wherever the hierarchy is produced, and the patient is gradually able to control the anxiety or abnormal behavior. In this way, the provoking factors or the anxiety factors will slowly decreases, or it can be absent permanently. Okay, so this was the systematic desensitization, which is used first for the your techniques under your behavioral therapy modulation. We will go for the further techniques used in the